He's news.
He's a guy that's wholesome and sweet.
Now, Your Honor, this is absurd. The woman's obviously in love with him.
Come to think of it, he did act a bit queerly now and then.
Hand me my pants.
You have no pants, sir. You came home last night without them.
Don't be silly. I couldn't run around the streets without any clothes. I'd be arrested.
That's what the two policemen said, sir.
ML Elric, the soul of Detroit.
You ass interrogative questions out of my face. It's gone. What are you doing? That is not paid for by them. That is paid for by the people of Detroit.
You might be qualified, ML.
I'm not qualified for this job. Let me tell you something. You want to go right now? Okay? You want to go right now?
All right, here we are. Soul of Detroit, another Tuesday, and another Tuesday without Elric, who decided apparently
to ditch us.
Take another day off, which I think is kind of weird. Right, Shawn? Shawn, get off your phone.
I was actually reading. I was reading Elric's column, something about lies and debt or something. I don't know. Where is he?
Yeah, where is he?
And by the way, when did he get a Wikipedia page? And why is he wearing a trench coat and sunglasses?
I want to see.
In the photo that goes with that.
Maybe we should just read
what's
it.
under the trench coat?
Did he make it himself?
Why don't we pull up his I'll tell you where he is. Pull up his Wikipedia page. I want you to read it. This will be fascinating to see what is on his page. And maybe we can even edit it, since that's the joy of Wikipedia, is going in and editing it. But
what can we add to it?
Of course.
Well, first of all, it says Michael L. So good for Wikipedia.
I swear to God, if this show is not mentioned in his Wikipedia page, I might lose it.
And by the way, how happy is he right now? Is he happy that we are starting the show and all we're doing is talking about him?
I know.
He's smiling, isn't he?
I'm sure
he's feeling warm and tingly.
When isn't he? But he's giving a speech, of course, because he's so important. He is speaking to the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association to talk about his eye on Michigan, which actually
sounds important.
It's a good thing.
Okay. Speaking of important, it says Michael Elric is an American journalist based in Detroit, Michigan, where he has worked for the Detroit Free Press and for WJBK TV. Here's the great part, though. Elric attended Grosse Pointe School System. Okay, fine. Attending Defer. Is it Defer Elementary?
Sure.
So do we normally see elementary schools in people's Wikipedia pages?
No. Do you have a Wikipedia?
No, probably not. I don't need a Wikipedia page. I don't deserve one. But that's
you do, Shawn. We'll make one for you.
But elementary school. Does this mean he got in there and added this himself?
Oh, probably, or somebody did. I mean, who else would know what elementary school he went to?
Yeah, I mean, is like M&M's even in there?
I mean, I'm just trying to imagine him as a 10-year-old and what kind of trouble that would have been.
Oh God. You need a Wikipedia page. How did you describe yourself before the show? Or what were you saying? You were mildly interesting. What was he saying, Erika?
He said I was mildly interesting for 5 to 6 years.
And I disagreed. I think you're peaking right now.
I went back and edited it because I don't think I was ever.
I think you're fascinating.
I'm just a clown to you. Amusing.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
What's wrong with that?
You remember? I amuse you?
What do I make you laugh?
I amuse you. I'm here to amuse you.
Well, hopefully we can amuse the audience today. How about that for a segue?
Oh,
yes.
Erika's doing it again.
What?
I have
He's totally trolling me.
I have the camera on him.
Oh, I am sure you
from the low. Well, yeah, especially
from a low angle.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the high angle shot?
Well, then you only see 2 chins as opposed to 10.
That's great.
So it isn't just the women who make you guys take photos from high up.
Oh, well, I learned that in our business. When we would have to do a headshot for whatever, especially as a columnist, and the photographers would always say, no, they don't want a low angle because it makes you look. I mean, Mike's always called me turkey neck, and so the photographers try to hide that.
That's what he calls you?
Yeah, because he's a jerk.
That's so mean.
That's okay.
Well, you ever notice, like, when they take mug shots, everyone's always like, I mean, how can you...
Although there's a great website out there of attractive women mug shots.
Of course you know about this, Marc.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Oh.
I don't know.
Why wouldn't I?
Can I
actually look at attractive women and mugshots?
How long did it take you to get comfortable in front of a camera to where you were sort of unaware it was even there?
It's hard to say because I grew up acting in high school and and things like that. So
you
public
did?
speaking.
How come you never told us about that on here?
I haven't.
Has she
I don't
ever
think
talked
so.
about her acting?
No, I mean,
High
were
school?
you in anything?
I did. I did this play, and so 12 Angry Men. I did. It was 12 Angry Women.
Oh, you played all of them?
One of those woke
I was
woke
the
shows.
racist.
Oh, okay. I guess not.
I was the one who was
And,
just.
how easy was that role for you?
I actually stumbled upon some of those old photos, and it was me lying on the ground, and there was a picture of someone holding up the knife and reenacting the whole murder. It was really fun, though. I had a great acting teacher, Mrs. McNutt.
I'm sure the kids never made fun of that.
Of course, I.
Sean, you never did high school or any kind of theater?
No, but I did have a shop.
For sure you would.
This is sort of funny. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I did have a shop teacher. His name was Mr. Bates. So you can kind of imagine how that went. Learned how to use a, orbital sander. But no, if you had a teacher, if you have a shop,
you're right. You're back to mildly interesting.
No, but if your shop teacher's named Mr. Bates,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I mean, imagine what boys are going to do with that.
We've seen that with the Lions with Jake Bates. I mean, there's no.
Have we?
Yeah, if you look on the internet, there's all jokes about Master Bates and yeah. Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Really?
I think we're all
Get online
just
more.
children.
Oh my God, yeah. Life's hard enough.
It is. It's
Right?
hard enough. We're all just children in adult bodies.
Or we want to be. And like Jameson Williams, you saw he was suspended.
I did, yeah.
About to
Yeah.
be suspended for performance enhancing substances.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this morning somebody talking about how he likes to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac or a cheeseburger of some kind and put a McFlurry like literally on the burger.
Yeah, I've seen that video of him talking about that.
And then, adults are like, oh, God, grow up. But they secretly want to go put a McFlurry on a cheeseburger.
They probably do.
Right? That's what you're saying,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Grow up. Why? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Why grow up? I mean, obviously you need to function in society and hold a job and probably, pay your bills and take care of your family, but have fun.
I've been in that mindset because what are we, 2 weeks now away from this election, and then it'll be all over. Nobody will talk about it for months, right? We'll forget about it once the election's over. What? No?
It depends.
Shit, there's going to be so much arguing, but
Yeah,
that arguing drives me nuts because I'm like, you know what, life's
Mark,
hard.
you
Life's
think
hard
people are going
enough.
to stop talking?
No, I'm just being incredibly facetious. I don't know. It just
Wait, can we go back to Mrs. McNutt?
Sure. Oh, yeah. What do you got? McNutt on the mind?
No. What else did you play? What were the other roles?
Oh, I remember this monologue I did. I can't even remember.
Vagina?
No, I did not do that one. I can't remember what it was, but I turned it into this comedy. It was a serious, dramatic monologue we had to do to pass this one of our second classes. I can't remember what it was, but I turned it into a comedy. And then I thought this needs a twist. So I pretended I really, really had to go to the bathroom during this monologue for this woman who had to give this speech. So I did it really, really over the top. And I just remember looking over at Mrs. McNutt, and she was like crying because she was laughing so hard.
Oh, I thought she was moved.
And she's like, no, she was not moved. She was just laughing.
Good.
And she's like, let me see those cards. And because she thought I had the whole speech written on the cards and they were blank.
Hey.
I was like, I got them. I got them.
Yeah.
It was, I just love it. It's really fun just getting into character.
Did you make a go of it after high school? Did you in college?
I did a little acting in college, but it just, I know I have to I figured, I need to be a little realistic. I also loved writing, and I was going to go into.
And murder.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. So what better way to combine all my loves? Crime, writing, a little performing. I mean, I don't murder on the side, but I like to help the police catch them, right?
Look at all those actresses that moved to LA and then ended up murdered, right?
Is that what you mean?
Huh? Well, that could have been you, Erika.
Oh, God.
No, the murder
Maybe it's
part.
good that I didn't. No, but I mean, hey, look at me. Became a journalist and get to catch some of them.
Absolutely.
There was one guy who was on the run for like 20 years. And then I worked with some cops and we reopened it.
Really?
Yeah. And he was caught.
What's the name? What's the story behind
There
that?
were two, actually. James Meese. Was it James Meese? Yeah. And then Corey Gaston.
And what'd they do? Were they murderers?
James Meese. Ooh, that was a really sick story. He was a rapist up in the UP, and then he was on the run and he was conning women across the country. He was telling them he was a POW, scamming women out of money and just
Stolen valor.
Yeah, basically living with them, mooching off of them, taking their stuff, and then moving on to the next woman. But he was a sex offender, and he sexually assaulted these young girls. And he was caught 20 years later. And then Corey Gaston, there was another murderer too. That was.
And what were these guys doing? They were just living their lives?
Living their life. He was caught in Mexico, I believe.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. God, I love it when they
Was
bust
it Corey
people.
Gaston? Yeah.
When they think they got away with something for a long time.
That's why we watch, right? We want justice for the justice maybe we don't get in our own lives.
He raped a young girl in Detroit. I believe he climbed through a window. He was on the run for a really, really long time.
Unfortunately, that's not the kind of crime you just do once. So
exactly,
Laura
and that's what
what else happened, and so that makes me think I'm going to combine pop culture with crime now. Are you up to date on the Menendez brothers and all that?
Yes, and how Kim Kardashian watches a Netflix show and has decided that she wants to get them out after watching a show.
Yeah, and Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah.
Oh, Rosie O'Donnell's doing that too?
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell's doing that. Meanwhile, her kid's getting busted for meth and not raising her kid appropriately. But yeah, both those people. It's been a very cause celeb movement to get Lyle and Eric out, and it's all because of TikTok. Really, I mean, these young people see. I think we've talked about this with Gypsy Rose, where these young people see.
Hold on,
I know.
I gotta take a breath. She annoys me.
I know. She's
between Gypsy Rose and the other con woman who was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, Ann Delvey.
Oh my goodness.
But I'll say, okay, maybe you'll hate this, but at least Gypsy Rose. I hate that she's an influencer now, but she did serve her appropriate time. She didn't get out. She might have gotten probation and gotten out early, but she was sentenced. I thought a little too lightly, served her time. The Menendez brothers, this is a whole role reversal based on how people, they say new evidence that backs up Lyle's story that he was molested by his dad, which what drives me nuts about it is.
That's.
What? Go ahead, say it.
So I am probably one of the most empathic people you will meet. Mm-hmm. Just because you were molested and just because you had this horrific childhood does not mean you plan out a murder.
Erika, it's more ridiculous than that. Molestation is not a defense for murder.
No, it is not.
Unfortunately, people.
How many people have even more horrific childhoods and don't
murder people? It's not a defense. So then they come up with a defense of, we were going to be killed by our parents, our dad who molested us, and apparently our mom too. We were imminently going to be killed by them. They believed, and I just am blown away that people buy that story. I just find that really hard.
And wasn't there a
21 and 19?
Wasn't there a psychologist who said that they were sociopathic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't have any empathy, and
they never told their psychologist when they admitted to the murder. When Eric admitted to the murder, never told him that. By the way, our dad molested us, and we thought he was going to kill us. Oh, and our mom too, because they killed their mom. Which, you kind of lose that argument too when you kill mom.
And let's talk about
wasn't molesting
them getting all the money, spending all the money.
It's ridiculous, and I don't know why it just bothers me that everybody's buying into the story now that is just hearing one side of it because the other people are dead. Mom and dad are dead. Kitty and Jose Menendez are dead.
And what about all the other people who knew them and said the way they acted was this, and this? Why aren't we hearing from them?
Because the answer is we all grieve differently.
Oh,
right. Retail therapy. No, it's madness. That, and then, Scott Peterson might get out. I just don't think people like keeping people locked up anymore. It's the only conclusion I can come to. Right, Shawn?
No, absolutely. I was just thinking, though, about Erika's acting. Sorry.
That's why I threw to, because I knew you were not paying attention because you don't care
I was
about
completely
crime.
I was thinking about how popular the documentary is right now on Netflix.
The documentary and the documentary.
You were talking about empathy, right? And I remember when the first times you came on the podcast, you talked about FBI profiling and how you and so to me, that's why I was thinking about the acting, because they come from similar places, because you, as an actor, study other human beings and then
their behavior,
and then try to show that through your acting, and it's the same as.
And I remember watching the Menendez brothers when they were interviewed. Those documentaries, they were lying,
and you could tell that.
Scott Peterson, that's a whole different case, but
it's the same.
He's a liar too, though.
But it comes from the same place, right? You're studying, and you can read people. I mean, acting, profiling, the murder, not murder, but the interest in true crime. It's all kind of right.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Marc,
together.
you have a deep interest in the true crime.
But did you act? Did you want to act too?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You just want to act on a podcast where you can't be seen?
I don't know.
So your voice is.
I don't know why I do this.
Because you do want to act.
I love the medium of
You just don't
radio.
want to show your calves off, but you don't
I
mind
don't
showing your
like
voice
being in front of a camera, high angles or otherwise.
But you don't mind showing your voice off. See there, even that right there. That's a little sexy.
I like
if we're
talking
being
about
real.
myself.
Yeah, that was.
To being dismissive.
For our lady
You see how I
listeners.
tied all this
It's a
together,
bum.
though? I was absolutely paying attention.
Do you want the Menendez brothers out, Shawn? You're very.
What?
I was going to say empathetic, but not entirely.
Oh, really? Wait a second. Why not entirely?
Well,
Why? Because I have fun with our pal Elric.
No, but you get. You'll be like.
If I don't check him, who will? That's my.
Well,
question.
you get upset when he talks
that's a
about.
little narcissistic.
I'll
I'm
bring
sorry.
up Kilpatrick. You get upset when he brings up Kilpatrick. Like, it's done. It's over.
May I ask you a question?
What?
Do I really get upset, or am I just
No,
being
not
silly
really.
and having
No,
fun?
I know. I think you're just kind of poking at him.
I think
Doesn't
it's just
somebody need
because
to poke
Kwame
at
keeps
him?
coming back.
Yeah, that's why he's got the bell for Kilpatrick.
He's like a.
He's America's guest.
No, but if I'm not poking at Elric, who will?
No one. His Wikipedia page.
Erika,
Encourage people to edit.
Erika might poke at him, maybe.
Oh, of course.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
Well, here, it's about that time. Why don't you read?
What are we doing?
Do you want to read, or you want me to read it? You're going to read a sponsor.
I'm just doing. No.
Yeah, read a sponsor,
I've
Shawn.
got a little something in my throat.
All right, I'll read it.
Haven't you heard me kind of? No, you don't want Erika to read it.
Oh, you can read it.
Oh,
But you do a good job.
Well,
Let's hear Marc's acting.
We've already wasted enough
Fine,
time.
I'll do it.
If you're satisfied, okay. Are you satisfied with your vision?
No, that's why I wear glasses.
Well, I know somebody you should go to.
In fact,
How
I'm
about
going to
that?
take my
That's a segue.
glasses off so I can read this. If you're satisfied with your
You
vision,
just said you weren't.
what's that? No, I'm not.
Can't you? Can you improv a little bit?
No, not when I can't see and taking my glasses off. And maybe that's why you need to go to Dr. Yaldo. Right?
Exactly.
How's that?
That was my setup. But
Is
yeah, go ahead.
that good? Okay, can I start over? If you're satisfied with your
I'm
vision,
so not editing any.
if you're pleased to wear glasses or put in it,
Please don't.
and take out contacts every day. Oh my goodness! And if you're okay with forgetting your reading glasses, being unable to read a menu or a label, as I'm struggling to read this very script right here, then you don't need to go see Dr. Yaldo and finally be done with all that regular annoying. Can I say bullshit? Mm-hmm. Oh my God! I can't believe her.
Say whatever you want.
Okay, thank you. But
It's your show today.
if you seek the freedom to enjoy the best eyesight of your adult life without the burden of glasses, contacts, or readers, then get a free evaluation from Dr. Yaldo, Michigan's most experienced and honored eye surgeon. His custom LASIK is the best modern medicine has to offer, and his bifocal implants will let you see the tiniest print in vivid HD, along with everything else in your field of view. The evaluation is free. Trust that he is the best and most affordable you'll find. Sign up at yaldoeyecenter.com. Oh, that's a nice look.
What?
Erika is mocking me,
Oh, you put your
trolling me
glasses- I
by
didn't
putting
see
my
it.
glasses on, and they're filthy too. So that's not good. Yes,
Are you done?
I need to get rid of my glasses
Oh,
and go
okay.
see Dr. Yaldo.
There you go. And I don't know if you know this, but democracy's pretty much over no matter who wins the election.
Those look good. Those look
Celebrities
better
have
on
said that if Donald Trump wins, it's the end of our nation. And other people have said that if Kamala Harris wins in November, it's the end of our nation. So since it appears you're going to be screwed either way, why not ask Luke Nowacki for help managing your investment portfolio, Shawn? The country's imploding like the last days of Rome. So what do you have to lose?
Imploding.
You have nothing to lose but all your money.
No, keep putting it in the gentleman's hands.
What?
Isn't he a gentleman?
Luke Nowacki?
Yeah, he's a gentleman, right?
Let Luke invest for you.
He's got empathy too, right?
He does.
Okay.
Because when you call Luke, he makes it all
He's
about
empathic.
you. There you go.
As Erika
Securities
would
and
say.
investment advisory services offered through
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. member FINRA-SIPC.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc.
What a mess.
Are you cutting that out?
No, I'm not cutting anything out. What would I cut out?
I think Erika was filming again.
Oh,
No.
you've really thrown him off his game today.
It's funny. Is it the hair?
No, the hair looks
Your
good.
hair. He was. I think he is jealous. Erica's got. Can I say that?
What's that?
No.
say
You
that?
don't, need to, no, you don't need to say that. No. You just need
No?
to
You can
say,
say whatever you want.
No, just say her hair looks really
Her
great.
hair looks
today.
great. It's nice. Yeah,
It's Veracity today.
But you were explaining
Fabulous.
your new extensions to Sean, and we all
Yeah,
thought he was
I put
getting
some
a
little.
little.
I put
Yeah.
extensions in sometimes.
And Sean was getting jealous. That's when you said you were mildly interesting.
No, I just asked Erika's professional
then we were
opinion.
talking about giving Sean extensions.
Exactly. I was just wanting her professional opinion as somebody who,
All right. Well, I want
Cares about our
your
appearance.
professional opinion on something else. Not really professional at all. But
I'm not professional in any way.
while we were waiting for your arrival, we were talking about
thank you.
the big holiday coming up on the 31st and
Day of the Dead?
Dia de la Muerta.
That already passed.
That's not the 31st. Come on.
I know.
Wait, no, it isn't. That's on the
It's
second.
the second.
Yeah.
It's a couple of days after. Marc,
After all, it was All Saints and then
cultural appropriator. I walked in and heard that word.
Did you know? Oh, well, that's because you're not allowed to wear a Moana costume or something like that, or else you're a cultural appropriator. You're never celebrating someone's culture or dressing like a cartoon character. There's a movement of, that's kind of old. That's kind of been done now. But now the movement is to rename Halloween. Did you know this?
No, I didn't. What are we naming it?
Well, so people have done this over the last few years, but then of course there's a push again. Not only, I don't know. I mean, if it's not just renaming it, it's moving the day.
Oh, that's another one too. Yeah.
Moving the day to go trick or treating to Saturdays, and also parents and teachers having the day after off because kids are up late eating candy,
Sugared out.
sugared out. But
But you don't have to eat the candy.
you don't have to eat the candy.
And y'all are saying, suck it up, go in on a
Yeah.
little sleep. And
Yep. 100%.
Like what?
you
Okay.
don't need water
'Cause
during
I
here's-
2 days.
understand
here's
the
the problem.
idea.
No, I don't. Because here's the problem. Those are future partiers, right? And how are they going to work the next day? Like, how are they going to celebrate, I don't know, a championship, a sports championship on a Tuesday night and not go to work the next day?
But it's not just
training.
that,
It's training.
No, you got to learn to suck it up and get up.
No matter what.
You do. Unless you're
you.
legitimately sick.
Right.
Wow,
I agree.
That was not the answer I expected out of Sean.
And Marc
I know. Same.
Why?
I was thinking you were gonna kind of side with. I don't know.
With moving it because of the kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're too protective of children, and when that happens,
I just think, okay, it's Halloween. You trick or treat on Halloween. That's what the
Yeah.
holiday is. Are we going to start moving other holidays to make it more convenient?
Well, no, I don't think kids would like it. It's fun because part of it, you go to school, you anticipate all day during school that you get to go out.
well, that's the
night.
thing. On the day of Halloween, nobody in school does a thing.
I know it used to be so cool. We used to wear whatever costumes we
Costumes.
wanted, like in the 80s.
That's pretty much over. But they were talking
No one
about
even decorates their houses very much anymore.
Carry a pillow.
My neighborhood's.
Wait,
decked
you
out,
were
man.
born in the 80s? You were alive in the 80s? That's awesome.
I was.
You were alive in the 80s too, Sean. Just so you know. I mean, you might not realize it, but you were alive. It might be a blur.
No, I was.
It's a
I
gap
was.
in your memory, but you were
did
alive.
you take a pillowcase?
Yeah.
That's great.
I would have two.
Of course you would.
What?
Well, I had to compete with my older brothers.
No, I thought you were going to say one for you and one to pass out because of that empathic nature.
That was you.
Listen, I'm very empathic and empathetic, but
But not when it comes to candy.
I mean, I'm still very resourceful.
And what are we talking about? What were the favorites? The little mini candy bars, right?
Well, yeah.
You got to go to the houses with the big ones. Oh. More than once.
Nice phrasing.
So you circled back around, did you?
By the way, I'm
Did
a
you
strong.
change your costume or put a different mask on?
No. They don't remember.
No, they don't care. They're just throwing candy in the bag.
Mhm.
I'm on the strong opinion, and I love Costco. Don't ever talk bad about Costco around me. It's one of my favorite
Oh,
places
their
in the world.
cakes. Oh,
They are ruining Halloween because so many people buy their candy from Costco that it's the same goddamn candy every door you go to. It's all mini Twix. It's all
What do
Milky
you
Way.
want?
Oh,
Ike
that's
and Mike's
lame.
or something?
Huh?
You want Ike and Mike's or
Milky
something?
Ways are lame.
I get very excited when there's like Take 5 or something in my
I
kid's
know.
bag.
Or like 100 grand.
Yeah, well, that's part of the that's part of the Costco bag though, and there's too many of them in there.
What about Sweet Tarts?
Yeah, okay.
Those are okay.
No, we're not doing. You probably like Mentos.
What?
What?
Okay, is that the
I don't know.
there?
I like candy corn. I know people hate it, but
I love
love
candy
candy
corn.
corn.
oh yeah,
I love candy
Oh,
corn.
who doesn't like candy corn?
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Weirdos. Same people that probably
Really?
don't like
Why wouldn't
Peeps.
you like candy
I
corn?
like those big fat pumpkin
it's
candy
sugar.
corns. I know.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like
I
sugar?
love gummy bears.
Oh, I do love gummy bears.
I'll eat a whole bag. I actually get them in bulk.
It takes a
delivered
while though, doesn't it?
once a month.
Do you really? Mm-hmm. It's so you
Nice
what-
red number
what size
5
are we
that causes
talking about?
cancer.
You're such an adult for knowing that and thinking that.
Yeah, but I
Or
love
red
that
number 6,
but I
whatever,
love that
yellow
you-
number 5.
But I love that you order them anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't have a lot of ices anymore, and my Albanese
Okay, what did you hear
15
what she
flavors.
just said?
What, about not having vices anymore?
Anymore was the key
Yeah.
word here. So what about?
I know. Way to quit on your vices.
Well, no. What were the vices?
Wow. That's a little personal now, isn't it?
We're talking about murder and profiling.
Well, let's see.
Just kidding.
I
her.
so
She's an adult.
I do like smoking cigars. We're going to get into vices,
that
huh?
does not count.
Some people consider it to be. I like smoking cigars.
You said anymore though. So what did you have to leave behind?
No, I mean, like, it's very rare.
Okay.
Very rare. Like, I don't really drink much anymore at all. It'll be like a special occasion.
And what kind of drunk were you?
I wasn't.
Were you nice or no?
Oh yeah. I was always a jolly
Okay.
What kind of drunk were you, Sean?
person.
I don't know. I don't remember.
So a blackout.
A lethargic drunk.
Oh, happy, you know, I guess. Happy drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. I always think that if people are mean, then they're usually just, that's probably how they are.
Now people
Does it kind of bring out, it sort of brings out who you are, right?
I think so.
You think so? What about you? You think that, Mark?
I don't know. I guess, I suppose, but they say you can really tell the kind of person based on the liquor that they drink. You know, people that tend to drink
Oh.
whiskey tend to be more angry type of drunks and whatnot. And the darker I think it is, bartenders will tell you this, right?
Yeah. I think there's the
It's a
whiskey
thing. It's a
people.
thing. Yeah.
The gin people.
Yeah. I mean, I'll drink anything and everything. I don't care.
My stepfather used my stepfather used to drink Jack
And that
Daniels.
says something about you, Mark.
I know. Not discerning.
I do like a nice single malt
Do you?
whiskey sometimes with a cigar, or like a nice wine with some, cheese. And I sound so bougie.
Bougie.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Right, Sean?
yeah, no, my stepdad liked Jack Daniels and over ice.
I used to love beer, but I'm gluten free.
And when he would finish, he would hold his glass up and shake the cubes and sitting on the couch in a kimono that was open and
That's
nothing
right.
underneath and
Yeah.
holler out to my mom to get her another drink until my brother one day went in and said, if you ever do that again, I'll beat your ass. So
Nice.
yeah, that's how So when I hear,
Did he ever do it again?
no,
Good.
yeah, he was like the great Santini though, right?
Yeah.
Fighter pilot and all that kind of stuff. So that
Belvin.
wasn't, that
We've
wasn't
talked
easy
about
to do.
Belvin.
We have, but it makes me think of that when I start thinking of whiskey and single malt. And
Do you
all that kind of
drink?
stuff? I have a beer occasionally. I had a couple of beers in Texas
Yeah.
at a cookout.
When you were down there for the Astros? Or
No, the Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys, so
Lions.
even more recently.
I went through Austin. I went to a cookout. A buddy of mine, smokes meats all day. It was great.
Ooh.
And
sounds good.
everybody around me was right. Everybody around me was getting high. I didn't do that because I can't.
Yeah, I don't do that
I
either.
can't do that anymore. I haven't been able to do that in a long time, unfortunately. But I did have a few beers. Yeah.
I'm probably really boring. Like, I don't do drugs. I don't
I remember one time.
I rarely drink.
I remember a time doing,
Eat healthy.
knocking a 12-pack back or sharing a 12-pack with a friend on mushrooms, smoking weed, and then topping it all off with muscle relaxers.
Oh my lord!
There you go.
And not being able to
what a nice night.
Not being able to move. It was almost like getting the what's the drug you get before your colonoscopy or whatever?
Propofol.
Oh yeah, the Michael Jackson drug.
Yeah, propofol.
It was kind of like
milk.
It was kind of like that,
Which is called it.
Versed or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, and those are just lovely if we're being real, right?
Yeah,
life's pain.
I have no problem
in a medical setting. Is there anything better when you get that and you're like, okay, life is okay now?
So I never tell you about my bout with diverticulitis, which is a great opening to a story, right? Have I ever told you about that?
I think we have shared our diverticulitis.
Oh, God, it's so painful and it fucking kills. And
No, I was in a hospital once and a woman next to me had that. And I had no idea what it was like, but I can sympathize because I heard from that lady and I was like, dang, I had no idea.
The doctor told me, she goes, she knew right away what it was. She goes, well, when you have pain that low and you don't want to move, I think you don't
on your left side.
If you don't want to move, it's diverticulitis. If you do want to move, it's kidney stones.
Oh
so
my
the
gosh.
the pain are incredibly similar, but you could tell.
So two of like one of the worst.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, so I had it during the Dream Cruise last year, which great time to go to the hospital. You'd think it would be a terrible time to go to the hospital at 13 in Woodward because the Dream Cruise is going on. No one's there because no one wants to go. So it was like in and out. But what I thought was funny is, the doctor goes, do you want some pain medication? I'm like, well, I'm not going to say no to that. I mean, yeah, of course I do. This really, really hurts.
Right.
So I sat there, did all the tests and everything they wanted me to do. Watched the Lions preseason game that was on. Don't remember a single thing because I was just digging it. And so she came in, tells me what's going on. Here's your script for an antibiotic. And then you need to do this and this. And then she looks at me and goes, do you want a traveler? I'm like, a traveler? What? She goes, do you want more pain meds for the rest of the day? I'm like, well, I might as well, which I just thought it was funny that she called it a traveler.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Well, usually you refer to that in drinking, right? A traveler is like a beer you're going to take in the car if someone else is driving. You never heard the term traveler?
Well, no, not for drugs.
No, I know. That's why I was.
Yeah.
I thought it was very nice.
And also, why didn't she just send you a prescription in?
She did. She did.
But, okay. She gave you a traveler on top of it.
That was just for Vicodin. She gave me the.
Okay.
What is it? Dilaudid, maybe? Dilaudid, that kind of painkiller?
I have a feeling this isn't probably a normal thing that's done.
But what do you think? She read the room appropriately?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't ask that question expecting a no, I would think.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
But I was still, because it was wearing off. It had been 6 hours from the first one. And now I'm leaving and it was painful. And who knows?
She did you a little favor.
Yeah, so it was great.
Did you top it off with a little joint?
No.
Or edible?
In all honesty, it was one of those things where it's like, this actually really hurts. I'm going to take my painkillers for pain and not enjoy it.
Yeah.
By the way, he's a very happy drunk. I've seen him quite drunk at a tailgate.
You have?
At Michigan football game. Yeah.
That must have been last year. Certainly not this year.
No, it was last year. And he was hammered and he was just how you would imagine, just a even friendlier version of who he already is.
Well, okay, so that brings to the next time. I'm kind of surprised Elric isn't here, considering it's Michigan State Michigan week, which feels like the quietest Michigan State Michigan week. But maybe that's just because I come from the.
Do we have to talk about it?
From the Michigan side? What? You don't want to talk about it?
I'm fine. I just wanted to know if you had ever tried. Did you ever smoke weed?
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Yes.
It just wasn't for you.
I mean,
It takes the.
Let's just say I've had my time doing that. And
did you ever hallucinate?
I grew up.
Wait, are you saying older people that do it are juveniles? I feel like everybody does now.
Yeah, they do.
Truth.
No. I mean, I guess, in my profession, I can't.
No, for sure. Did you ever hallucinate?
Because
that's why I stopped.
With weed?
Yeah. It started having like an LSD effect.
Really?
Yeah, it was odd.
No, but I think you got a hold of the wrong stuff.
That does happen to people. You get paranoid, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on, Mark.
Really? I don't know.
Open your eyes.
Doesn't happen to me.
Yeah. Oh, so that's really adult, right? That's what kids do. Oh, it doesn't happen to me. So it must not be true. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go in the corner.
It can be laced with things too. That's the other thing. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
and But now you can just buy it.
Like you can sprinkle a little cocaine.
I didn't say
all
it
your
couldn't
junk.
happen. I just, what?
You think Sean's
What?
What was that?
exaggerating?
No, I'm not exaggerating. That's just funny.
All right. Well,
so Michigan State.
No, forget it. No, you don't want to talk about it. I'm done with it.
No,
I'm moving on.
What I would like to,
Charles
like to know
Rogers smoked a lot of weed.
why he doesn't want to talk about it.
In Michigan State, yeah.
Well, I did propose it as being very kind of not as exciting of a Michigan State week,
which is a great reason to talk about it.
Because that's what I realized after I said it that you're probably right. No, who gives a shit. But I was trying to get from your perspective if anybody cares, because most Michigan people that I know they're like, yeah, well, this season's a loss.
You want to beat them though, right?
Who cares what happens? Sure,
that's your chance at honestly, chance at a bowl game.
It means
500 record.
No, you're right, but it means way less than it ever has, which is weird.
Let's just say that you're still enjoying the fruits of the national championship.
100% that's what it is, and we know that this team is terrible this year.
So how long does that last?
This year. If this was next year right now and this team is this bad, I'd be really livid. But it's kind of like, whatever.
Okay. You hear that, Erika? Erika
doesn't care.
Well, I was looking at this.
We lost Erika.
Same reason I'm not going to talk about Elric Collins.
I was looking at this U of M graduate who built a murder castle.
What? Oh, wait. H.H. Holmes?
Did he do it while he was smoking weed?
Yeah, H.H. Holmes.
Yeah. No, we'll talk about H.H. Holmes all day if you want.
There was something else out.
The World's Fair in Chicago.
Here, I'll send it. Yeah, there's some cool stuff that's...
No, I'll talk about University of Michigan murders all day long. You got Kaczynski, you got H.H. Holmes. I believe one of the presidential assassins went to Michigan.
What's going on over there?
The university?
Yeah.
So it happens when a campus is that woke, people snap.
Is that it?
I have no idea, Sean.
Was it woke when Kaczynski was there?
Totally.
Was it?
Well, yeah, it would have been after the 60s.
Was it woke or just a cloud of smoke?
Well, there's always been that floating over.
Yeah, it's not the same though now that it's legal, right? It doesn't have the same cachet.
No, it's not taboo anymore.
Yeah.
You find out everybody's doing. Now you find out. I was just reading a story this morning.
For all I know, you were microdosing on the drive over here this morning
on shrooms.
Whatever.
Well, I just read.
People do microdose shrooms.
I was just reading a big article about these housewives in their 40s that just microdose shrooms all day. I'm like, okay. Well, whatever works. I was just
wondering, what else?
I find it to be very counterproductive.
Also,
nothing. Because what else could you do? But a lot of people, use it to get over PTSD or anxiety.
It's for serious.
Because why go to therapy or
Oh God! Who wants to go to therapy? It's a lot easier to pop.
But don't people combine the two? Right? They go to therapy and then they try to take a little something to take the edge off.
Sure.
Isn't that kind of how it works?
I'm not a big believer in therapy, and I know I'm on the.
Well, I'm in
the minority there.
I'm not even just talking about talk therapy.
No, I'm a big fan of whatever works. So I don't
what
care
do you think this show is? It's therapy.
Certainly not therapeutic.
No, it's saying if you do drugs.
I look forward to coming over here.
All you're doing is numbing. You're not getting to the root of the problem.
What if you do wine and cheese? Are you numbing?
That solves everything, Sean.
No, it does. What kind of cheese are we talking about, by the way?
American the moldier, the better.
Oh, Gorgonzola.
Dude, I love it.
Once again, phrasing. No, I don't want it to come across like I think it's like therapy's bullshit. It would never.
Basically,
it doesn't
just
work.
What you said.
No, it's not what I said. I said I don't
believe in therapy.
I'm glad it works for other people. I don't think it works for me.
Didn't you kind of say that?
Yeah, if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody. You don't want anybody.
If you want to waste your time going, Sean,
you don't want anybody rooting around in there, do you?
Oh my God, no! In here? Oh my God, I don't want
I'm not going to bet your brain.
I know you're talking about my brain. I don't want anyone. Believe me, no one's allowed to go.
I'm sure you're fine. People root. I don't even look
at what's going on in there. What's going on in there, Mark?
We just talked about how much I watch murder and stuff. Right? There's a lot of negativity. This is my therapy show.
Exactly. It's mine too. I look forward to coming.
Oh man, the geeks have inherited the earth.
Did I do that?
What a dork.
Does him wanting to play with us again mean that he's turning into a geek, or we're turning into cool guys?
I'm so glad I had something to transition out of that awkward talk about what's knocking around in this brain up here.
You quickly hit that button.
We forgot to talk about the slider dog. Oh well.
But we are going to now because you just brought it up and no one knows what that means.
It was a hot dog with chili and Fruit Loops that I saw in Cleveland, and I just wanted to know
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I wanted to know where we stood.
Your red number 5.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know where we stood on that.
Thanks for the Thanks for breaking on that hard.
What, is that good?
I don't know. But yeah, Fruit Loops and chili on a hot dog. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Well, Geek of the Week is brought to you by Caju Cafe.
Whoever invented that.
And we're going to make Erika read that one. So go ahead, Erika. The Caju brings you Erika and Geek of the Week.
The Caju Cafe
To sing it.
is the pride of the East Side, where you'll find great eats, dope beats, and feather bowling.
It sounds like something Elric wrote.
Start your week off right with Muscle Madness every Monday when the Caju dishes up all-you-can-eat mussels. Wednesday, it's karaoke. Thursday, hear the Split Shifters. Friday, it's WDET's Rock and Roll Horror Show, hosted by John Moshier. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah,
John?
because that's how you said it.
Exactly.
Don't ever ask.
It is now. On Saturday, check out East Side Still Alive. Glad you're still alive, East Side. Then end the weekend on a high note when the Delta 5 performs Sunday. And for more, as always, on music and on the menu, go to cajucafe.com.
Beautiful. All right.
That was awesome.
Do you have a Geek of the Week?
You can actually sing, can't you?
Nope.
Yeah,
you ask that every time.
I mean, you can. I can hear it. You can sing. That's why you got into acting.
I was going to say, if you did like...
No, I was specifically told you could probably go further in acting, but you can't sing.
Yeah,
really?
By who? By somebody who didn't know what they were talking about.
By a few people.
By Mrs. McNutt. Was that the teacher's name? I already forgot. Is that her name?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And also, like, even with with the modeling thing, like, oh, you're too commercial, and
really,
yeah.
I don't want to. No, I'm not. We're not into people messing with you. Even if
I love that. I love this protectiveness.
Even if it's happened.
I was going to say, it's in the past. What are you going to time travel?
Nobody fucks with Erika.
I think she...
You're going to hunt her down.
I love how...
say that? We can say that, right?
She was wonderful. She was wonderful.
Nobody fucks
I love
with
how
Erika.
she's over it, but you're not.
No. Nobody tells you when you're young, you're dreaming about something. Oh, no, you're not going to go. That's not going to work.
Well, maybe you need to, right?
I really can't sing.
Okay. Did you wear Santabelt shorts, Coach?
What?
You know what I mean?
No,
With no belt.
What?
Tight polyester.
Wait, what's happening?
Going around telling kids that they are not going to amount to shit. Is that what you did?
I try to motivate them. I like to neg them.
NEG?
Yeah. What?
Okay, just checking.
What?
I don't know. What's the Geek of the Week? Mrs. McNutt is the Geek of the Week.
Oh!
For squashing Erika's dream.
No, she didn't squash anything. She was great.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
okay.
But you never had to sing for theater or anything?
No, I didn't do the musicals.
I did. I had to sing for my class.
You did a musical?
Oh,
could you sing? I bet you.
Is there video?
Fourth grade.
I bet you can sing.
I did fourth grade and eighth grade.
I bet you can sing. I bet you can sing.
I can hold my own.
I want to hear.
Yeah, can you
Not on the spot.
sing whatever you're singing right now or reading right now?
No. No, I don't.
Come on.
I'll let it be a mystery. I think it's better if it's just a mystery.
No.
No? All right. Last time you were here and do you have a Geek of the Week, Sean?
Yeah, Mrs. McNutt.
Oh, for fuck's sake. God, you are so derailing. Like everything I wrote down to do today, we've done none of it.
What'd you write down?
Let's do some of it.
I don't want to do any of it because John's is far more interesting.
That's not true.
No, it is.
We're just being silly talking
I
about.
know.
We're just trying to figure out Erika and her acting and profiling and singing and.
Yes, the criminal profiling.
Have I convinced you, by the way, that I think I've convinced you that cash is the best gift. Have I convinced you that pandas suck yet?
We still don't agree on part of the cash thing.
Yeah, we do. You're fully on board.
Pandas do not suck. Although I got a lot of messages from people agreeing with you, Marc.
Thank you.
I should read some.
Well, and now
Did you really? Oh, about the pandas?
Yeah,
they weren't going to be my Geek of the Week, but maybe I'll just make them then. And
so these are libertarian friends, and they feel like pandas don't take care of themselves, and
they don't take care of themselves. Did you see these two losers we just got coming into DC? These pandas.
So liberals love pandas, and Republicans hate them because they can't take care of themselves.
No,
is that the idea?
Everybody should hate pandas. They're awful. They're terrible animals.
Did
you see these two that we have now in DC that we got from China? Which I thought we weren't happy with Chinese propaganda, and now we're okay taking two of their pandas.
Have you not seen Kung Fu Panda?
I heard about the
pandas.
Okay,
Have you not seen Kung Fu Panda?
That's a cartoon, Sean. That's not real life.
but
these money sucking animals, Bao Li and King Bao. right?
Wait, those are the.
That's their names. Really stupid name. Can they just name like Steve?
See, but
Well, how come a panda can't be named Steve or John?
I had a cat named Steve once. Anyway.
Okay, great. I guess because it's more Chinese propaganda, but they flew here private on a FedEx jet.
So fuck them.
So
Private?
Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
so who paid for that?
Throw them in coach.
Exactly. They followed their arrival from the airport to the zoo with news choppers.
That's awesome.
Why?
Because you love pandas.
Because people think they're cute, even though they don't want to procreate.
So what's
they
the
don't want to eat.
So what's the geek of the week? The person who made the decision to follow him?
Besides Bao Li or King Bao? Queen Bao?
Okay. Oh, so there you geek of the week. Nice.
No, I'll do the one I really have. It's a little long.
Can I see the list of what we're supposed to do today? Just while you read, please.
Nope.
Please. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Eric and I just want to see it.
And where? Oh, no, I'm going to read to you. So it's where ML is. And they do have on the side here, I do have Menendez.
Okay, where ML is.
Scott Peterson and Diddy. That's
okay, so where ML is, that's the one on the list?
We already kind of covered that. They talk about,
Nobody cares.
Well, I was going to talk about the Lions, but you kind of hit on JMO. Michigan State, which I decided we don't want to talk about.
The Lions are good. Okay, what else?
Oh, the election stuff, because I was going to talk about, I mean, you vote, right? Do you vote?
Yeah, I do.
Right?
Yeah, there's an election coming up. Okay,
good.
What else?
Do you study like the local politicians? Or do you just get
well, the judges a little bit, right? Yeah.
And that's how I was going to segue into Elric's article, which is really good about this judge downriver, Wayne Judge, who's running for probate, and all his problems. It's a really good article. Check it out. We'll link it on the site since Shawn doesn't want to talk about it.
No. Check it out. He does great work.
And then I was going to talk about your columns too. And
he does better work when he's not here.
How you're calling for the head of Sharon Moore at Michigan already.
I did not do that.
Oh.
I did not do that. I said he's got to figure out the roster he's got.
Everything you wrote, I agreed with. You're 100% right. So there's no chance.
I didn't call for his head. I wouldn't do that. A year in, that's not fair.
Okay.
Right?
So my geek of the week. Let's see how far I can get into this. Do you care? You don't care. Should I save it?
I thought you said it was the pandas.
I want to hear. I want to hear.
You said it was the pandas.
I'm just going to tell you about a crazy doctor down in Virginia. Do you want to hear about a crazy doctor down in Virginia?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, now she's filming herself.
So you know how there's shock jocks. I'm calling this guy the shock doc.
Me too.
No, you can't. Whatever you like. You're the boss.
My brother actually sent this to me. You can see it's an actual legal brief that was filed.
You have the whole brief?
Mm-hmm.
I love when he digs this stuff up.
It's from the Virginia Board of Medicine, and it's only because it really hasn't hit the news.
You have this whole thing?
Yeah, my brother sent it to me. He's a lawyer he's a prosecutor down in Virginia.
So what happened?
This is awesome.
I'm just going to read about this doctor and the complaints about him.
Oh.
Individual 1 and her spouse. The parents, this guy is a pediatrician, by the way. So individual 1 and her spouse, the parents of patient A, brought patient A, a newborn, to see Dr. Rennick at his clinic on 3 occasions. Individual 1 reported during the first 2 visits, Dr. Rennick used the word fuck 10 to 15 times during a visit.
Wait.
He's dealing with a newborn and he's swearing up a storm.
I didn't expect this. I thought it was just going to be like some.
He also referred to individual 1 and patient A as stupid. Oh. He kissed patient A on the top of his head. And during patient A's
it's a baby. Well, yeah.
I don't think you want your doctor kissing your children. It's a little weird. During patient A's 4-month wellness check, Dr. Rennick and individual 1 discussed how good newborn babies smell.
What?
This gets a little creepy.
Okay, was this a doctor like impersonating a doctor? Because
he's a real doctor. While holding patient A and smelling on top of his head, Dr. Rennick stated that something to the effect of, quote, I recall smelling my daughter and it makes me want to fuck him. Which is kind of worrisome to say that.
Oh my goodness.
Then he asked individual 1, the parent, not to tell anyone that he made that statement because he would get in trouble. So that's visit number 1. Remember,
who is this guy?
He's a doctor. He's the shock doc. Individual number 2 and her spouse met the parents of patient B and brought B to see Dr. Rennick on 2 occasions. Individual 2 reported that Dr. Rennick used the F word a lot during each visit, including that he said fuck about 20 times.
What's the swearing? I mean,
I know, it's so weird.
But it's bizarre.
Yes. Let's see. Individual 2 mentioned she's having feeding issues, which happens, right? You know, not every baby can be breastfed. I think you can kind of figure out where this is going to go. Individual 2 mentioned she was experiencing feeding issues and indicated she was syringe feeding patient B. In response, Dr. Rennick stated that the syringe feeding was not good for patient B and compared it to A C shot. Not easy to take down. That's his quote.
Oh.
Yeah. He then said, syringe feeding it's like a dick. You get it in your mouth, but you can't swallow it all down. This is a doctor, a pediatrician telling a parent that.
Okay.
No?
That's wild. By the way, is this Geek of the Week or is this our main?
No, he's Geek of the Week. You want me to keep going? Tell me you're not intrigued by this doctor.
No, he's Geek of the Week.
My jaw, like, what?
How can you talk
Individual
about?
3 told the investigator that she was aware during another medical visit that Dr. Rennick told the child his head was so big he wouldn't be able to get through the door.
What is wrong with this guy? He's mentally ill.
Yeah, he is. Right.
But I mean, how is he a doctor?
I do not know.
Ever.
He also,
more than once. How was he a doctor?
Since you two are
How
uncomfortable.
was he interacted with human beings more than once?
Well, how did he get hired? And I mean, this is a hearing to lose his license, thankfully, if you want to be serious about it and not just laugh about how many times he said fuck.
I mean, this is unreal.
Dr. Rennick stated that he's also a lesbian whisperer, whatever that means. And then when he was spoke to regarding his behavior, he would just say, just joking. People don't get my sense of humor. Some people can handle the way I joke and some people can't.
No, you have some problems.
He also told a parent that her child was retarded. Let's see. He told another patient's parent that she has magic and amazing boobs.
Okay, this is like...
He also told a woman during her pregnancy that she was, quote, fat as fuck. I mean, what is wrong with this guy? And then it gets racial. So, yeah. So, there you go.
So how many lawsuits are we talking about here?
I don't think there's any lawsuits. It just seems to be complaints.
Not yet.
Well, I mean...
Complaints to get him...
In all fairness, I don't want to be this guy's defense attorney, but dude, what did he do illegally other than... I mean, being an asshole is not illegal. We see that all the time. He didn't do anything illegal, but apparently he did a lot of stuff that was unethical of a doctor.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be able to practice if you're going to treat patients.
Which I believe that was kind of the
point,
the conclusion for it. Yeah. It's a good Geek of the Week.
That's a great Geek of the Week.
He did these things, and these are just the complaints. He's done other things.
Oh, yeah. Not everybody complains about everything. But I mean, based on these complaints, there's nothing illegal.
That's a really good Geek of the Week. Why did they get more interesting all of a sudden?
I don't know. It's crazy.
There's an all-night party and run 7609. And you can dance together all night if you've got the time.
Shawn, did you bring a song today?
No. Just the one in my head.
What song's in your head?
There's no particular song, just the soundtrack to my
I got yelled at in my house yesterday for singing Cher's Believe over and over and over because it was stuck in my head.
That's awesome.
Do you like that song?
No.
Do you like Cher?
No, not at all.
Did you see?
She was inducted.
Did you see Zendaya dressed as Cher?
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's biting his fist over here. You can't see that, can you? Or could you?
She's stunning.
Yeah, she's talented. Also.
But
Talented. She's
she looked great.
Marc can't take it.
And the beat goes on. That's been in my head the last day.
Really?
I don't know why. I love that song though. Yeah.
But Cher was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Dua Lipa and her did that song, and it just is an earworm that you don't know. Do you know about me and earworms?
But I love Dua Lipa.
Brandon will. Do you?
Oh,
really?
you do?
Oh, she's the worst.
You don't like her?
I will fight you about this.
You
I think
love
she is
Dua Lipa?
Awful. Why? Yeah, I know she's just a poppy, but I like the.
I am.
She can't sing.
You are just full of surprises, Shawn.
There's a throatiness to her voice that has some.
She can't sing. She's terrible.
Taylor Swift can't sing. Dua Lipa can sing. What are you talking about?
What?
Can Taylor Swift sing?
Dare you talk about Tay-Tay that way?
I really admire and respect Taylor Swift, but can she sing?
Yes.
She can sing, but not like the greats. She's a good pop star.
Yeah, I think Dua Lipa actually
She's a good entertainer.
has some depth in her voice.
Garbage.
You just don't like her music, so you're conflating that with her. Her voice.
I'd have to listen to Dua Lipa's songs again.
Well, if you want to punish yourself.
I think she's
Dead
kinda,
air.
I think she's kind of fun.
Yeah, she's all yours. Okay, since nobody picked a song, I picked a song for you guys.
She's just maybe it's because she's
and
half British.
And
she's cool.
And the reason I picked this song is I think part of it will make Elric a little bit angry.
Oh,
what's his least favorite new wave band?
Diamond in the Back, Sunroof Top.
That's
Taking
not
the
the-
scene with the gangster
that wasn't the
scene. Is that
question.
what we're going to play?
No, that wasn't the question. I asked you if you brought a song. You didn't bring one.
I did.
Who's his
And
least,
the beat goes on.
Who's his least favorite new wave artist?
Dismiss.
The Talking Head. No, least favorite. The Talking Heads. He hates them, but it's not a Talking Head song. It's a different one, and I'll explain why in a little bit.
What you gonna do when you get out of jail? I'm gonna have some fun. What do you consider fun? Fun, natural fun.
All right, Sean. What's the name of the song?
I can't remember.
What's the name of the band?
Tom Tom
Club. Genius of Love. And I play it because, Elric hates Talking Heads. And of course, it's Tina Weymouth and, oh boy, Chris Frantz from Talking Heads, who did Tom Tom Club at the same time. And Tina played bass for, which Elric loves basses, so you'd think he would like that song. She played bass for Talking Heads, and everybody thought she played bass on this song. It's an iconic bass line that's been sampled over and over and over. Mariah Carey, Fantasy, right? #1 song for near half a year. Lotto had just used that song, but Tina did not play bass on that song. And the story about it I thought was kind of interesting. They had, because it was a side project for what they were doing with the Talking Heads, they only had a couple days in the studio. Why? I don't know. But she's like, we were just so busy. We had 3 days. and they were there nonstop, and her hand cramped up and she couldn't play. So she woke up the engineer who was sleeping in the studio and just had him lay down that bass lick, which is kind of fascinating. But nobody really knows who that engineer is. So
really?
So the guy doesn't get credit because everybody thinks Weymouth did it.
Oh, no.
It's kind of a fun story.
Yeah, it's a fun song.
Even though you spent most of the time defending Dua Lipa in the break, you didn't even listen to it.
Yeah, the whole time he was defending
I've listened to
his
that song
love for
when
Dua
it came
Lipa.
out. I mean, it's a fun song.
For those that couldn't see, you did smile when I started playing it.
I did.
Yes.
I did.
It's a
Kind of moved a little bit.
I did. Did I?
I don't know. I thought so.
Maybe a little bit.
He was feeling the music.
Maybe
He
I
was
did.
Feeling it.
Maybe I did a little bit. I don't move much, right? I'm sort of a,
What?
I'm like the character in Up, just floating around.
You're like a panda bear.
In a 64-ounce tub of shit,
Oh my God.
What? Okay.
Did you ever see Up?
Self-loathing.
No,
Yes.
Was it Up? No.
Yes.
Was
Yes.
it
With
Up?
the balloons on the house. Yes.
No, it wasn't Up. It was another Pixar where it's the future and everybody floats around.
Oh, you're talking about Wall-E.
Wall-E.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we're all going to be eventually.
I
decided.
I messed up. Well, I was
We're
just
going to be
noticing.
flying around on giant SpaceX
Not that we're
rockets
trying to
in
plug,
space.
but I was just noticing Erika's. This is the difference. This is why she's good and I'm not. She's drinking Coke Zero, and I'm drinking regular Coke. And
Yeah, I got coffee and this is the
you
backup.
can see the difference. You see what I mean? The discipline over there.
So weird.
No, seriously, this is the key.
Well, mine's got like
Do you have
aspartame in
ADD?
it. It's probably not.
Do you have ADD?
Aw, does he?
I don't know.
Do you?
I don't think so. But listen to that tone. It's so. She's patronizing me.
It's okay if you do. We'll keep you on track.
Did you hear that? Oh, does he?
If you're listening, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to see it, which I don't know, I'm starting to wonder why you would want to, go to Patreon, find ML Solo Detroit, and just for $5 you can get the little videos and you get the bonus episodes too. And we do have a new member. It's Jason Grenby. Jason Grenby.
Jason Grenby!
Yeah, so thanks for following on our...
How's our breathy?
I was going to say, Penis Breath did send a comment in.
Oh.
Keep up the great work, guys. My profile picture is a cat, by the way. So,
Oh, okay.
Penis Breath.
We'll
Good to
keep,
always good to hear from Penis Breath, I suppose.
What does that smell like anyway?
Oh.
I wouldn't know.
Did Shawn just say, did you just say that?
Yeah, well, I'm just curious.
Oh, and you're appalled at that? What, are you going to be a doctor in Virginia?
Oh, but why does he name that? I mean, it's like it's not something people know what smells like, right? Generally,
maybe that's the mystery of it.
I don't.
Yeah, he wanted.
So why say breath though? I don't know. I'm just curious.
What do you? Okay, what would you prefer it to be?
PB, are we reading way too much into this?
I don't have a preference.
I think Shawn is.
Shawn.
I don't have a preference at all. I was just.
Well, hopefully he can send. She.
I think it's a he.
I think it's a he. Maybe he can send in a response to that question.
Yeah, directed only to Shawn.
Only to Shawn.
And then, or you can
Wants
just,
to know.
if you don't want to sign up for Patreon, you can just donate to Venmo or PayPal. There's a link right on the website, mlsolodetroit.com. And we did get one from Dominic Andriazzi, who said, quote, Shawn back to owning the podcast again.
Woohoo!
So congratulations.
Why?
And totally derailing it.
I've never owned the podcast.
Huh?
Oh, because I was out for a while? Is that what happened?
Yeah. And now you're back.
Yeah, and you're back.
Now you're back
On
and
the
owning.
road.
But yeah, send us some feedback. mlsolodetroit at
Dancing with Dua Lipa.
gmail.com. I hope that's correct. Do you know what's our email address? Is it mlsolodetroit?
Something.
At gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Yeah, it's Elric's got a name in there, right? Somehow.
Mm-hmm. So what are you working on this week? Oh, why did that ended up probably?
Getting a what am I working on this week? I don't know.
My lord, you're just a disaster.
Maybe we can
today.
just tell you
just a total
what to
disaster.
do.
I don't know what
It's probably Michigan today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess, or Lions, right? It's all Lions all the time.
I wrote lines yesterday. Oh, Pistons opener tomorrow night.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
trying to get people?
Basketball's back.
Trying to get people to ignore the free.
I love basketball.
I do too. You know, we talk about this all the time off the air. You and I both like the NBA.
They might be a little tiny interesting this year. Listen, I'm hoping.
A little tiny interesting.
A little tiny bit interesting. I'm sorry.
Like you were in the 80s, mildly interesting.
For only 5 to 6 years.
I was never.
This is maybe mildly
I edited that. I was never actually interesting. Wednesday night, the Pistons opener, and then Michigan State Saturday night, Lions Sunday. So there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah, we got.
I got to go back to Champaign, Illinois Thursday.
Why?
High school reunion, which I don't.
Which
I don't really want to go to.
Buried the lead on everything.
I have a really good one of my best buds who lives in Austin, who cooked for me a couple of weeks ago when I went to Austin to go to Dallas. He and I grew up together outside of Champaign, so he's coming back. He hadn't been back in town for a decade since his mom died, and I said I'll come down, and so I'm gonna go to a little bit of the reunion. I can't go to most of it because of the work this weekend, but yeah.
Did you go to your other ones?
I've been to one. I went to a 20 years ago. So that that gives away what this number is.
Wow.
My class has never had one.
Really?
Never.
Yeah. Have you ever
never had a reunion?
I haven't gone to any.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
But that's not as bad as we just never had.
I went to.
Why didn't you guys have?
I went to one each because I was in 2 high schools and I went to one each and didn't. I decided I wasn't going to go again. This is just unusual that a really, really good friend is coming up from Texas.
You know what? It just hit me.
We're going to go to Papa Del's, which is the best deep dish pizza in America.
It hit me that this summer would have been my 30th reunion. Like it's been 30 years.
30 years?
No one had any get together.
Are you friends? Are you still friends with people from high school?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like my core group of friends, they all tend to be a little
college,
but also you're younger than me.
Yeah, mine's more college, and a lot of like my best friends, all worked in a restaurant together for 6 years.
Where'd you work?
Exactly. Yeah.
J. Alexander's.
And
in
you
Livonia.
served?
I started as a server, and I worked at the hostess stand, and then I would also fill in as an admin assistant.
So how did you treat the cooks? Because I was a cook for a long time.
I was nice, although they didn't know that I understood Spanish, and so when they talk crap about me, I knew it, and I'd talk back, and then we got on the same page really quickly.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great.
Like the little.
Oh, I'm pointing.
Yeah, I know.
Get my little sassy finger up.
Exactly.
But yeah, I still talk to a few friends from high school. But I grew up in Canton. I was Plymouth, Canton, and Salem, and then now they added. Now it's Plymouth, Salem, and then Canton's. They're all 3 schools.
Big schools. Yeah,
it's almost too big.
It was huge.
I went to a real small high school, and then going to Michigan and being in the same city that the high school was in. We were always around the same people all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not necessarily a big reunion person, but I just thought, what the heck?
Well, yeah, you got a buddy, and
exactly, go get some Papa Del's. So there you go.
Well, I hope you have a great time.
It's going to be quick.
Yeah, bring us some pizza.
Yeah, I prefer to bring you homemade noodles from the apple dumpling, but that's a different story.
All right. Well, thank you, Erika, for filling in for Elric today, and thank you, Shawn, for whatever that was today. I
want to know what happens with this doctor.
Nonsense. What was that nonsense?
Yeah, you know what's funny, Erika? My brother and I were talking about it. It's like this is a filing that
there's got to be some kind of crime there.
But there hasn't been any news report on it, which I'm surprised.
I know.
No news station.
One, we haven't heard about it.
It's
and
a great
2,
story.
There's got to be some sort of boundaries that were crossed because you're in
being unethical.
I'm just curious if anyone out there
it's crazy
knows if there's some kind of, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he pretty much cooked himself if he lost his license. I'm not even sure how the hearing ended up. I just like the allegations. So
I know you do.
What's on your phone?
You want to repeat them over and over.
I was trying to find a picture of what I was
bored
talking
again,
about.
so he's buried into his phone.
He's looking up Dua Lipa pictures.
No, this is
better looking than listening.
No, I was just looking.
What's that?
Food.
Oh my God, you're so weird.
No, I was looking for Papa Del's to show y'all, but I came across the pot roast a couple of weeks ago. So
I have the internet. I could find a picture of that place if I wanted to in their food. I'm sure.
You do have the internet.
Yeah, it's right in front of me. It's crazy. This little machine here that can do that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, both of you. It's good seeing you.
It's good to see you,
and you can take us out.
Cyrus, take us out.
Can you dig that? Can you dig it? Can
can you, digger?
Swell a guy has ever hit this town, and you crucified him for a couple of stinking headlines. You've done your bit. Now stay out of his way.
The soul of Detroit.